Next up on the black market is the IS6 B, and unfortunately for some reason Wargaming decided to sell this thing for gold rather than selling it for credits, which I find to be immensely disappointing because, well, I think everybody expected them to sell it for credits after just the WZ-111 Alpine Tiger just completely flopping and just not selling at all. This thing here appears to be a very similar situation because it's been on sale now for nearly 2 hours and it's still just over, it's only just over 10% of its stock that has sold, because it started at 15,000 and it's only now gotten like 13,300. So it really just shows you just how uninterested people are in just like buying like an old tier 8 premium for gold these days. Because like, I mean, 8,000 gold cost wise, like if you think about it, like if this was like a sale of like normal IS6, this would be a really good price for an IS6. But considering what the black market was, and like considering what people were kind of expecting from the black market, this is a pretty significant like disappointment because of it. I mean, like even I expected them to sell for credits because it's such a classic vehicle. I just figured like, ah yes, they'll just let people get access to this thing finally, because it used to be like the best tier premium in the game for like 4 years flat. So I was just like, surely they'll like put it up for credits and just allow a lot more people to get access to it. But then they didn't do that and they made it available for gold. Even though it's a good gold price of 8,000 instead of 11,000 or 10,000, because like the base cost of an IS6 is 11,900. So I looked at it and went like, it's a good price, but it's really disappointing anyway because this could have been sold for credits. So honestly, like, because it was sold for gold rather than credits, there's no real way for me to like justify like, am I getting this thing? Like if it was for credits, then I would just say like, oh yeah, go and get it now, because it's a pretty solid vehicle. But like, it's an old premium, and well, it's hard to recommend old premiums because old premiums typically, like, even though this thing has preferential matchmaking, older premiums just typically don't hold up as well as the newer ones. I mean, when it comes to the Patriot versus the T-34 as an example, I honestly view the Patriot as being better, but it's incredibly disappointing to me that they went back to the gold cost rather than just making the IS6B cost credits, because it looks like they did learn one lesson from the WZ-111 Alpine Tiger just flap, and it was pretty much that they need to do more of a discount, not that they need to sell for credits, which I think was like the wrong lesson to learn from that. Because I think if the Alpine Tiger had been sold for credits, it would have sold pretty well. If the IS6B had been sold for credits, it would have sold pretty well as well. So yeah, a bit unfortunate, but you can never really predict what Wargame's going to do.